Hi, everybody. It's Friday night. It's time to talk some cruising. Pop up. Yeah, it was a pop up, Jordan, actually. Yeah. I hit the wrong button. It was supposed to be a different one. So, whoopsies. It happens. What can you do? Steve, how you doing, buddy? Triton, Christine Hickman, and again, Andy, I said hi because got to hit the right button next time for it to go through properly. Crew it up. What's up, buddy? Happy Friday night. Great to see you earlier. Hopefully, you're still sending your hydro bill over to Dave and Jen. That would be fantastic if they pay your bill. So, Tron Christine's in the house. Does that mean I have to behave now, or can I actually get in trouble? Jill, how are you? Good afternoon to you. Because I guess what? It's what? 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess? Earth Citizen, how are you? Um, yeah. So Disney Cruise Line yesterday announced the itineraries for the first 5 months of 2025. It's pretty sweet. Kind of get me excited. I've already got one booked already. But there's a possibility that another one might be in the works. So start off with trouble is always well that is true. That is true. And you've taught me a few new tricks. I mean, sorry, that's my inside voice out loud. I apologize. So, the first things first. So, one of the big itinerary changes, Michael, how are you? Welcome in. The Disney Wonder for the first time, actually, Disney's first time, they're actually starting to do sailings out of Australia. They're going to hit Fiji. And this was actually just taken earlier. And I will pop over a picture really quickly. Sebastian, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Friday. So, this is the Disney Wonder actually cruising into Australia earlier. It's fantastic. So, again, the first time. This was announced at D23 last year that the changes were going to be taking place, and here we are. So, this is definitely a big change up from what DCL usually does. And again, it's been over a year in the making. So I think this is a great shot with the Wonder coming in. And before it made this trek down, it was actually out in Vancouver, BC. Michael Walkbrick, how are you, sir? Welcome in. It went through 2 to 3 weeks. I think it was only two, though, where it was getting some rehab done. So yeah, well, you want to know what, Christine? It should have picked us up. Like, that would have been my thinking, anyways. I wouldn't mind going to Hawaii to check it out. So it's really, really cool that it's made this adventure to go all the way uh, to do this new itinerary, which would be really, really cool. So fantastic news. So here's another great shot with our great old Captain when you do have the Goofinator. Now, who would trust Goofy in control of a cruise ship? That is my question. I don't know if I would or not, to be quite honest with you. Oh, John Christine, I thought for a second that you'd be down for Goofy driving the cruise ship. I'm like, oh dear Lord. So this was one of the itinerary. So again, Andy, you want Goofy to drive the cruise ship? Oh boy. Yeah, Jill, it does have a gorgeous harbor. So, um, and whenever you see a cruise ship go under a bridge, it's like, how is it going to make it? Especially since they sit so high, right? So it's like, is that bridge high enough? Or is it one of those bridges that goes, and that will open up so you can actually get on through? Another stop it's going to make Fiji. Sounds like a pretty cool trip. Better Goofy than a bear shark driving the cruise ship. Now, Triton, where do you think Bear Shark would actually take the cruise ship to? And or how many how many holes do you think will show up in the hull? That's another one. Gotta support my dog. Oh boy. We went under a bridge once. Yeah, it would be really cool. So, again, changes, definitely with Disney Cruise Lines itineraries and, obviously and getting more ships. Now they can expand. So, how about a Goofy driving the Disney Treasure? The Bermuda Triangle? Oh boy. I don't think you're coming back, Andy, if you go that way. So so definitely some really cool stuff with some changes that are coming. Um, yeah, and it'll be a lot of fun. So Christine, I'm just gonna pop over to my beautiful mug here, and I mean my beautiful mug that I got from Dave and Jen. um, and that's the kicker. So definitely when you see the adventure come out, it's going to be doing Singapore. So I haven't seen the full ports of call as of yet, to see where it's going, but it's going to be locked in for a 5 year 5 year term. So who knows what could happen? Anything's possible. And then when I was actually looking through the itineraries for 2025, again, we know Disney Treasure will be doing the Eastern and the Western Caribbean. So again, the West, like I talked about before, Cozumel, Mexico, Georgetown and the Cayman Islands, Falmouth, Jamaica, and then Disney's Castaway. When it's doing the East Coast, it'll be doing the where are we going for East Coast? Tortola and the British Virgin Islands. It's going to go to St. Thomas and then to Castaway. Why is it not going to Lighthouse Point? Doesn't make any sense. It's a new ship, so why not? They're making it big enough for the larger ships to get in. Well, Michael, if you did see on the Wish when we were on it back in April, Minnie started driving, and then Goofy took over, and then we went into the unknown. So, you just never know what might happen. Jill, Dave will never take a cruise unless he can drive to port. We'll know how he feels about it. That is true. But Jill, he may take over on another cruise line. He may try and drive the Icon of the Seas. Right? You just never know. Um, the Disney Wish will continue doing its Bohemian cruises to Nassau and Castaway. And no, there's still no mention, even when it's doing its 4 day cruise, it's a 4 night, 5 day, if Lighthouse Point is going to be in there. So, again, another disappointment for right now. But again, anything can change. And that's the thing. Right? So, yeah, Jill, I've actually done both of those itineraries on the Disney Fantasy, and they're fantastic. So, definitely great to do. Definitely really, um, you know, again, they're fantastic. I would like, but when doing the Eastern Caribbean though, it'd be nice to have it where there's more ports of call because there's only three. It's when you first leave on that Saturday, you're at sea until the Tuesday morning when you get into Tortola. So there, again, delay there, you know, but again, you can explore the ship, right? You have some more time where you can do that. Yeah, no Goofy was working in the engine room on the Wish. That's probably true, Michael, and that's probably why we broke down. You're hanging out with Dave and I in the next one. Oh boy, that could spell a whole lot of trouble. So typically, so again, I was even looking at the Wonder. So typically, the Alaskan cruises start in May, especially with Disney. Disney, and typically it's the Disney Wonder that does that itinerary. It's not in the itinerary so far for 2025 on any of their ships. They're more so focusing on the Bahamas, Caribbean, and then doing it's obviously with Singapore with the Disney Adventure when it comes out 2025. And then yeah, so it's going to be. I saw quite a bit of like a Mexican ports of call on one of the cruises as well. Just, I don't know, but I was contemplating though in booking the Disney Dream in May of 2025. So do the Treasure in February, then do the Dream in May. It's a possibility. And Jill, what'd you think to the ports of call? Anything stand out to you at all when you were on them at all, or that's hey, let's go back again? I gotta admit, when I was in Tortola, I got off, kind of did a walk around with the shops and everything because unfortunately our excursions were canceled. They didn't have enough of the um, staff members that actually run the excursions. They didn't have enough of them, so quite a few of us ours got canceled. Same thing when we went to St. Thomas. We had the same issue. So we wanted to do the snorkeling in catamaran. Didn't happen. So unfortunately, we just got off, walked around, took a look at some of the shops, and just enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, Jill, and not yet. So again, that very well could change. They very well could toss it, maybe doing like a June to September, but we don't know yet at this point. So it'd be curious, definitely quite curious to see it. Now, and I know that Dave and a lot of guests do get upset about this part, is the fact of when you can actually book the cruises. So, from January to February of 2025, I gotta look at my cheat notes here. Um, so Pearl members can start booking on October 30th. If you call in to speak to DCL directly, their lines don't open until 8 a.m. However, if you do it online on their website, you can start doing it as early as 7:30. So keep that in mind. Platinum members can start booking as early as October 31st. So next Tuesday, happy Halloween. Let's book a cruise. Gold members can start booking on November the 1st. Silver members, November the 2nd. The general public, if they want to book a cruise, and again, first time sailing with Disney Cruise, a Disney Cruise Line, you are looking at November the 6th. So it's definitely a delay in that sense there. And again, I know a lot of cruisers aren't happy with that, especially if they've never sailed Disney before. It's always been a disappointment where they don't like to have to wait. So, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So, Jill, ABC Islands, Aruba, Caraco, both were lovely. Nice. Horseback riding. Horseback riding. Now, here's my question: was Michael wearing a cowboy hat? Did he have his cowboy boots on and his spurs and all that stuff? Chomps, we'll definitely get you taken care of, no problem. Why does the bear shark scare you? See, I made sure I was nice and clean shaven before I came on, so that way at least I look presentable and not all rough and scruffy. Jill, I would think that only. Yeah, so and again, that's me. I'm on at 7:30. I'm refreshing. So as soon as that 7:30 marker hits, I can go in, bang, I can book that cruise. Right? So and again, I do my homework ahead of time. You want to get that idea in regards to where you might want to, where you want to be on the ship. Forward, midsection, or aft. So by being prepared to kind of know where you want to go, do you want to be close to the restaurants? Do you want to be close to the elevators? Those are all definitely key things that that you want to make sure you know. In the morning, no coffee is bear shark angry. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, he definitely does sound a little rough around the edges. Jill, Mike was not wearing a cowboy hat, and we had our two daughters with us. So we're going back in time. I bet it was still an absolute blast, anyways. Clean line. So again, Disney is just sticking. Pardon my language. They're just sticking to doing Caribbean cruises, the Bahamas. They are going to do Baja California and the Mexican Riviera and the Pacific Coast, Hawaii, and South Pacific. The South Pacific are the big ones. So those are the 15 nighters. That's a long cruise. So going from Sydney, Australia to Honolulu. You could hit Fiji, the American Samoa, the Hawaii Islands. I mean, it sounds fantastic, but definitely a long cruise. But otherwise, like Hawaii, it's going to have a couple of ports there. That again, that will be on the Disney Wonder. Um, Pacific Coast, there's a 5 night cruise from Vancouver to San Diego. But again, nothing in there at all, period, in regards to Alaska. Baja California, so San Diego, California on a 3 or 4 nighter. Or a 7 night cruise going, so again, that one there is primarily hitting some Mexican ports of Mexico ports of call. The Bahamas, departing from Fort Lauderdale, you could do a 7 night cruise. They got Galveston, Texas, Puerto Rico, obviously the Caribbean with what I mentioned earlier, as well as Bahama cruises as well. So definitely going to be a lot of fun. Hey Kate, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome to the 2025 DCL Cruise News Itineraries. Bear Shark does not come out of his cabin until late morning. Orders breakfast in his cabin. Yeah, and I think Jen was actually taking Dave a coffee back to his room as well too. So, but yeah, no, definitely some interesting itineraries for sure. Yeah, and if Bear Shark didn't have at least 2 coffees in him, then he was pretty rough. Yeah, so Chomps, the Disney Treasure, when it sets sail, one of its ports of call will be Falmouth, Jamaica. So I don't know how far away Sim is from that location or area. So, um, but definitely she could always have some. If there's any family, she could always come down and meet her at the ports or go cause some shenanigans, whatever the case may be. Right? Uh oh. Andy and Chomps. Are you guys misbehaving? So, yeah, so my next one I was actually looking at doing, I was actually looking at doing the Disney Dream as well, too, as another possibility in May of 2025. And that one does I believe it's a 4 or 5 nighter, and it goes to both of Castaway as well as Lighthouse Point. So, definitely looking forward to that. Kingston, Jamaica. Oh, very nice. So in other words, Chomps is saying, start the ship. So, again, Disney is usually one of the last ones to release their itineraries for future cruises like that. So, again, you've already seen Royal Caribbean already putting stuff out. I think MSC's got some stuff out already. But I guess with the transition with how Disney's moving their cruise ships around, this is kind of how things are unfolding. Now, keep in mind, the third ship in the Triton class, that's going to be starting as well too. Where that cruise ship is going to go out of, don't know. However, any of the brand new builds that are typically done with Disney, their home port is typically Port Canaveral, so out of Florida. So That's probably where it's going to start. That'll probably bump. Everyone might bump the Wish out of there and do another itinerary. So definitely be curious to see and how that unfolds when that comes around. And I believe the third ship in the Triton class will be setting sail in 2026. Years ago, my parents did a 15-day Los Angeles to Hawaii cruise. It was 5 days from LA to Hawaii and 5 days back. 10 days at sea. Hopefully, they had some nice weather when they're on those waters there, Michael. Andy, I promise. Promise that you're on your best behavior? Okay. But just please don't make Chomps cry. He's sensitive. So, cruise itineraries. So, Chomps, it's no. So, I gotta make sure I get the green light from the doctors before I can travel. It's like flying, that sort of thing. So, once I get that green light, start the ship, start the plane. So, we'll get that done and then we'll go from there. So, we will see what happens. Yeah, Chomp, she was causing a whole lot of ruckus at HHN, that's for sure. Definitely from all those pictures and videos that she was posting. So, look out. So, there is some news and information there about the itineraries in regards to where the ships are going to be, or the itineraries. Um, It'd be interesting to see how it all unfolds, but Disney Adventure, again, still waiting on that release date, and I've been trying to get some pictures and more information on that one there. So, but again, it's not being built typically at the Meyerwerft shipyard in Germany. So it's being built at another shipyard in Germany still. Um, but again, they haven't revealed a whole lot of developments in regards to what it looks like on the inside or anything like that. So, or even right now what the outside looks like, because I've seen quite a few different artist renderings of it. Some show that it has six of the funnels. Some show three. Don't know, but it's going to be a big ship. So again, the largest in Disney's fleet of 6,000 guests on board, and I think I read 2,200 crew members to make sure that ship is functioning at tip-top shape between, you know, mechanics, engineers, crew members at guest services, your food, your dining staff, you name it, making sure that we're all taken care of. What am I supposed to do with my demons? They say, but bye buyers. Chomps, I say bye, and I mean buy merch. That's what you have to do. Oh boy, Andy. Oh dear, we're going into the unknown. Triton, don't worry. This is yeah, Triton. It definitely is a safe place here. That's for sure. So, what do y'all think about the? What do you think about the itineraries and with changing around the cruise ships? And you want to know what? When I looked at it, the pricing is actually not that. It's not bad when it comes to comparison. So, I actually had looked up the Disney Dream for one of the itineraries. It's a Monday to a Friday. It goes out of Fort Lauderdale, and I think it was around just for a veranda, not the fancy higher up ones that I like to get with the extended, like the nice, as Dave would say, the bougie balconies. Um, they're about 20. I think it was about $2,300, so not too bad. So, and again, that's for two people, and that would include your port fees, your taxes, and so on and so forth. So, we will definitely see. Kathleen can't wait to go. So, Mike, are you saying start the ship? Chomps, I shaved before I came online. I wanted to make sure I looked presentable and not looking like a rough around the edges. So, um, but yeah, cost wise, it's not that bad. Um, but again, if you do have a placeholder, if you do have any sort of discounts, you want to make sure that you can get them booked and utilized um, before the 24 months is up. Otherwise, you're kind of gonna. Yuri, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Friday night. I think it's about the third time I've seen you so far today, which is fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Jill. I mean, and typically for me, I like to, cruise whether it's between like October and like May type thing, as it's obviously cooler up here and in Canada at that point in time. So it's definitely nice to get out there and enjoy it. Oh, Triton, 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 Triton. I don't know what to say, buddy. but um, but yeah, if you have any of those discounts, make sure that you utilize them before they expire. And again, your start sale date has to be either on or before when it expires. So make sure you get those in place. Jill, we plan to use our 30%. Depending on how that goes, Megan. Yeah. So I don't know if Jill, if you and Michael have talked about that yet to get all that sorted out. If you've called Disney yet or DCL to kind of iron that out, because when you do call, you want to make sure that you give your placeholder reservation number. Then they can look up all the deals, discount. Then they'll be able to see everything that's related to it, and then from there, then they can start going through the motions where you give them all the details, the cruise that you want to go on, um, and sell dates, and even what area of the ship that you're interested in. So I know you can definitely go on their website and kind of take a look and see what's available. So if you haven't, take a look there. Um, and that way you can get that booked. Andy, you're asking Triton a loaded question. I'm just going to say that out loud. So, Michael, I know I was answering some questions earlier for Kathleen today, and I did call DCL for you guys. So hopefully she has that information. And again, if I can be of any more help, then don't hesitate. Reach out. Let me know. I have no problem in answering any questions, just like the last cruise. I can help out with some stuff as well. And that way we can make sure that you guys are all settled. Same thing with you, Jill and Michael. Triton, I'd love to go one day, but cruises are just Triton. So I would say it really depends on the cruise line. So you could do a cruise, and again, Bear Shark would have all this information as well too, but you can get some really great deals on cruises where they're quite reduced. So whether it's like Royal, if it's MSC, I think some of the rooms that Dave was looking at for one person, I think it was like $400 or $500 or something like that for like a 4 night or a 5 night cruise. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to him and let him know. Yuri, it was a great day today. Um, Lots of time with FPE family, so that was fantastic. And this amazing community as well too, which is always a beautiful thing. Info on his phone, and I have the letter. So Jill, even with the letter that you have, if you mention with the cruise that we were on that sailing, they'll be able to see that because that discount is already under your and Michael's name. So when you call in, you just have to let them know, give the details. Hey, got to start off with the placeholder. It's always the one to start off with. You've already done your 250 deposit, and then from there, then you can start working for, to get that 20% discount added on, and then they'll give you whatever the final balance is. So my recommendation to you guys is make sure that you get everything added on all at once. So even like your prepaid gratuities, make sure that's already added on. Ask them to do it when you're on the phone. Um, Disney transportation, I don't think you can add it quite just yet, but that did go up in price. So right now the price is $90 per person round trip. But when before it was $78 per person round trip. So if they let you put it on, fantastic. You may not know where you're staying just yet, but at least you can always get it added on that way. You know what the final dollar value is. I looked at what's available. Jill, again, if you have any questions, by all means, let me know. I'm around, so I can help you out, answer those if need be. About $900. Oh boy, I don't know if you can keep up with me, Andy. That's the thing. Yeah. Try not. Even with what Jill's saying, you can book again. Some of these cruises you can book right out to 2025 already. Even some of them 2026. So knowing that there, some of them you can just put down your deposit. Now, mind you, a lot of deposits for cruise lines are all going up. So some of them only had a minimal amount. Disney's been 20% as your deposit. Um, Other cruise lines were less than that. Some of the Royal Caribbean's going up. So I know that they were quite less, but now they're going to be going up. And again, I think theirs is 20% as well too. And I know some of them, depending on the cruise, they'll have non-refundable deposits. So you just got to make sure that with whatever you're interested in, and again, some of those deals and discounts that you get can be related to um, a non-refundable deposit. So, and that's something that can easily be locked up. So they'll have all those specific, the details, the deals, and all that. So, but again, yeah, book it well enough in advance, and you should be good to go. And then every month, if you want, just toss some money towards a cruise until it's paid off. For most cruise lines, it's 90 days prior to the cruise to have it paid off. So, um, kind of figure that one out and then rock and roll from there. But yeah, you can definitely get a lot of cheaper cruises though. Disney, you're always going to pay more for. Prices are definitely going up. Even the one I booked for November of next year on the Wish, the prices were up on that in comparison to when I did it last year. So, oh boy. Um, but yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. So, questions about the itineraries, about what's to come. Um, so actually, Jill, I can look that up because I actually have it on my email because I did get an updated email from them. But I know that DCL now they change policies in regards to the placeholder deposit. So typically, when you put a hold on it for a cruise, you've got 72 hours to pay the deposit. A placeholder, you've got 72 hours now to pay the full deposit. So before it was the $250 as a placeholder. Now you got to pay the full 20% deposit, whatever that might be. So that has just changed recently. And so you definitely want to make sure that you do check on that. Now, for the refund policy, I so happen to have that at my fingertips. Just scrolling down to that magical chart. So again, it all depends on the amount of nights. So if it's cruises that have 6 nights or more, excluding suites and concierge staterooms, if you cancel 120 days before the cruise, you'll get your whatever money you've spent. You'll get that full. You'll get the full amount back. If it's anywhere between 56 days to 119 days, you're only going to get back your deposit per guest. If it's from 30 days to 30 days to 55 days prior to the cruise, it's 50% of the vacation price per guest. And these are the cruise cancellation fees. If it's 15 days to 29 days prior to cruise, 75% of the vacation price per guest is the cancellation fee. If it's 14 days or less, you don't get no money back. So you always want to be careful on that one there. So if you're not 100% sure if you're going to go or not, then yeah, definitely travel insurance for sure, because travel insurance will cover a variety of different instances as well. So definitely lots of options out there where you can get that from. And I know if you do book, you can get it through Disney. You can get, well, through anybody, right? So the part. Yeah, and you want to know what, Jill? And that was an email that I just got from DCL that I was reading from. That was on Monday, the 23rd, at 7:21 p.m. So, but yeah, if you do get a placeholder, remember, it's the full 20% has to be paid in 72 hours. Otherwise, it gets canceled. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you are booking a placeholder, you can do it through the app on your phone, and or you can always go down to, they do have a little spot for vacation planning on board that you can also book it as well too. So, or you can even get general questions about itineraries. Kind of let them know what you're looking at going, amount of days, kind of where you want to go, and they'll actually do a whole full price summary. Sure you can, Triton, no problem. But you're a Trekkie, so you could probably just beam on board. So that's right, Jill. Yeah. The placeholder policy is what changed. So yeah, lots of changes that way. And again, a lot of unhappy guests about that change. Because you're on the cruise on vacation. Again, yeah, you're spending some money for merchandise or excursions or that sort of thing, or sunken treasures. But yeah, now they're asking. So if you got a $5,000 cruise that you book, $1,000 is what you got to drop. So just keep that in mind when you're booking. Any questions about these beautiful itineraries? The changes? And again, like I said, Disney's always one of the last to release these, which is crazy. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, Jill, there's probably going to be more changes coming anyways as well too. So we'll have to see what those are. Oh, I just realized too, I made a goof. I was supposed to play this for the breaking news announcement, and I didn't. Oopsies. Definitely not enough coffee. Yeah, so Jill, I've got it in the books already for November 2024, February 2025, and May 2025 is a question mark right now. So I just want to do some more digging into it to see if I want to pull the trigger on that one or not. Because again, it goes to Lighthouse Point, and the Wish and Treasure, as of right now, we're not going there. So I definitely want to make sure I can get over there and check it out and see what this island is all about. Andy, they're normally following other parks on things. Yeah. Well, even in the parks, there's a lot of changes that are coming too. Prices are going up, so things are always changing. But yeah, yeah, Jill. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Wish November 2024, the Treasure February 2025, and then question mark right now for the Disney Dream for May of 2025. So we shall see. I'm just hoping on the Disney Treasure they're gonna have Mickey's Barbecue. Yeah. Oh, and definitely I did find out. That's right. So I did find out, and I know. So I'm disappointed that I'm not gonna have one of my regular cruise directors on the Disney Treasure. I know someone had shot that my way, but again though, it'd be cruise director Darren McBurney. So I don't know him as well, but I have had him as a cruise director before. So we shall see how. It's only been for one cruise, whereas the other directors have had for multiple cruises. So, and cruise director Jamie, he's fantastic as well. That's right, Jill. Yeah, yeah. January 9th of next year for the dining and reservation rules, and even park hopping. That's all changing as well too. So there we go, guys and gals. Upcoming changes. Disney Cruise Line 2025 itineraries. I need to find a way. Well, Fifi, just do what AAU wants to do. Just hide in a suitcase, and then you should be good to go. Or find a way that Triton can just magically teleport you, right? So we'll see. But exciting news is, sorry, exciting news. Again, definitely excited about this. Like I showed you guys earlier, the Disney Wonder cruising into Sydney, Australia. So definitely some. It's gonna be interesting. So, and again, the first time a Disney cruise ship has ever gone to ports like this. So definitely looking forward to seeing it, hearing reviews about it. So well, that could pose to be a slight problem there, Fifi, if you're 6 foot tall. Yeah. Do you think you would do? You know, Jill, anything's possible. You definitely know that there's going to be the extra cost for sure, but if it's right, in the summertime is when I'd probably book it. That we can go down there and enjoy their heat while we're in the midst of winter up here in Canada. So, but yeah, I'll look into it and see if anything jumps out, and if again, but again, even flying to Australia is going to be quite costly. So, Fifi, I want to do a meetup cruise. So much fun in late 2024. And Fifi, you never know what might be getting booked. So, there is the plan right now that Dave and I are kind of working on for end of May, beginning of June of 2024. So, I know we're going to be discussing that more this weekend to finalize that one and dates and the ship. That way, at least we can see which one we can pull the trigger on. You just make sure Jordan brings you one of those old-fashioned trunks. Old-fashioned trunk. I wonder what I'd get charged for taking that sucker on the cruise ship and if it would fit, let alone on the flight. All right, so it's going to be some fun times, some good times. And that's what we got going on. Yeah, gel is probably going to be quite expensive. So that's, that would be one of the hesitations. I mean, I can fly a round trip from where I am here in Ontario, Canada, down to Orlando International Airport for with Patrick and I, and it's $660 Canadian, taxes in. So whatever that equates to US, but it's not that much. And again, I get deals on flights. So um I know, but again though, Jill, there's always going to be those what do you call it? Travel agent discounts that they can get. And when you are booking multiple rooms, there are going to be cost savings. So, but again, that time though that he was looking at, beginning of June, over Bella's birthday next year, it's quite substantially cheaper than what other times are. So when I first looked at the icon, even looking at it, even just like beginning of next year, just to kind of take a look at it, it was $7,000 for a week for both Patrick and I. I'm like, yeah, no, don't think so, because the Disney when I booked for the Disney Wish, sorry, it was yeah, sorry, it was the same time as the Wishes next year. So we've been booking at the same time. It's the Disney was quite less, and again, mind you, it's a couple nights less on the Wish, but even still though, like the cost was astronomical. So, oh, and there's the Samuel B12 just sent me a message. Like, let's just see here. Oh, there's Dave. Dave, you want to know what? Dave's always listening. He's always listening. So Bear Shark knows all. Yeah. But again, Joe, with the treasure, you'll be paying a lot more to start off with, anyways. When you do the Disney one, just because of it's a new ship, so you'll be paying quite a bit more. Well, hey, since Sam messaged me, I'm gonna bug him and tell him that we're kind of busy. Should I call him and tell him that we're busy? Let's hear. Doing a live. That's Sam the superstar, I tell you. Jill, Dave has the magic when it comes to that. So Sammy's messaging me back right now. So she's going to say, "Are you going to join?" Good. Well, Triton, I didn't want to go quite that far and say that he's Roz, but he is always listening. So here we go. How you feeling, Dave? You get some food in you? Hopefully you haven't eaten all my fudge. See, there's Sammy Sam. I tell you, what a guy. Well, that's what I did do, Triton. And then here he is. He answered my call and he showed up. There we go. So, but yeah, some good times. Yeah, Sammy's here now. You don't have to behave, Triton. You can do whatever you want. Oh boy. Think of me as a mob boss that always hears and sees everything. Is that even when you're sleeping, Dave? I gotta ask. Michael, what Dave said. But you know, Jill, that Dave is going to have to do taste testing on it, right? So He's got to make sure it's right and it's not bad. I thought you were sleeping for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sammy Sam. Michael, that's a good one. I would. That might be something you might want to reach off to Dave offline about, maybe. Because that's going to be a tough one. I don't know how that one would work. Yeah, us Canadians, we never behave. Fifi. I fell asleep during the Oh, Fifi. That's not good. Actually, that is true, Jill. Yeah, he already has taste tested all the fudge, so he definitely knows which is the good stuff, which is the bad stuff. So you just never know. Yeah, Disney Cruise Line does love. Yeah, they do love me, but yeah. So I did. So here's another one. So well, even Walt Disney World loves me too. I have to say that. So I can't share the news, but with what had happened back in May, has been resolved as of yesterday. So that was kind of nice to get that all resolved and everything. So now just waiting for what's to come. So Googled it and Disney does offer. They do offer the military ones, Jill, but it's a question of if you can combine other discounts with them or not. That's the part I don't know. Yeah, Dave is the king. Oh, Dave knows. Dave, are you putting your hand up because you know the answer? Please stand by while Dave puts up his hand and provides the answer. I wonder if Dave is actually thinking while he's typing right now. He's probably eating dinner right now at the table as well. And causing shenanigans all at the same time. Yeah, no, Jill, it was quite a a bit of time to get it resolved. But yeah, no, it's all done now, so thank goodness. We did take care of that. So yeah, but way too long. It took way too long to get it taken care of. I'm the king. Oh boy. Jen isn't even home yet. Oh dear lord. Where'd you send her to? Like, do you send her off to Character Warehouse on the way back to pick up some more stuff, or off to the parks, or is she picking up dinner? Yeah, Triton has a set of rules all for himself. Yeah. Hey, Triton, the next hockey game's tomorrow night, buddy. So you have to make sure that you get in there and you bust Sammy's chops. Yeah, but Triton, in regards to what category of being number one? So, yeah, great itineraries coming up. Definitely looking forward to them to see how it unfolds. But again, there could be an itchy trigger finger in booking another one. So, yeah. So, Dave, are you currently sitting at? You're probably sitting at your laptop right now, working on more stuff, aren't you? I bet any money. Just make sure, Triton, tomorrow on the stream you got a shirt on. So yeah, you will be at but how like but Sammy's stream will be going on for a while, so you can always pop in even while you're there and bust his chops. So yeah, great news coming with these itineraries. So definitely looking forward to them. Um, since both the partner channels are here, I know that Fast Finger Steve is probably going to drop stuff in before I can probably finish saying anything. um, but don't forget, you want your Disney merch? Concierge service? You want those theme park treats? FPE all the way. I figured Steve would have had that in already. But yeah, Disney resorts, Disney parks. There we go. Oh no, Triton got it. And I guess we can, and Triton got in there for Sam, well, for Sammy Sam as well too. Um, Sports. Hey Sammy, are you going to be doing curling this year? Because last thing I heard is curling rocks. So, oh, you're getting everything ready to go there, right, Dave? That'd be actually exciting to watch that process tonight. That's for sure with all the merch. So, but yeah, hockey though, Maple Leafs. Are you gonna cover any of the any basketball stuff this year, Sammy? We need some football. Yeah, well, and I did send you some gifts to use on those stream decks as well too. So, wow, you got to either do the Scotties Tournament of Hearts or the Briar. Come on now, Sammy. Fifi, I couldn't resist. It's just the way it is. No, Andy, we have Canadian Football League, not NFL. But yes, we do have football. Canadian rules. Oh, Raptors are on the radar. But that means you got to do some homework, though, don't you? But yeah, no, I'm going to check these guys out. They're fantastic. Um, yeah. Any questions at all? Itineraries. But when you came in this morning, I think, though, Steve, didn't you have like 4 coffees before the first stream and a couple in between? I don't know. Oh, Sam, we're actually going to be covering the some of the women stuff next year. I think that might have been in the works. Las Vegas has a lacrosse team. My favorite island to visit on a cruise. Um, there's a couple. Triton. Dinner time. Boss's orders. Oh, hey, just tell. I think Dave was saying it earlier. What we're looking at, some nice bougie stuff for D. The cruise ship will park in your backyard there, Dave. Um, so Triton favorite ports to go to. Um, Cozumel, Mexico was a lot of fun. Um, we always do the snorkeling catamaran adventure there. Which is an absolute blast. It has its own little private area. Um, and it has a whole beach set up like you ever see that TV show Wipeout? It's got a whole thing that's set up like that. It's actually really cool. And there are adult beverages that are served. There's food there that's served for free as well. And when you're done the snorkeling and you're heading back to the cruise ship, it's a big party on the deck. So it's an absolute blast. I've only gone off the ship a couple times when going to Falmouth, Jamaica. And that was when we did the Green Grotto Cave Tour. And I know that one of the James Bond movies was filmed in there. And Michael, the Treasure's doing 7-night cruises. Saturday to Saturday. Um, yeah, Falmouth, Jamaica, and then after that, as part of that, we went to a private beach and we got jerk chicken, some rice and whatnot. It was absolutely fantastic, delicious. I do really enjoy going to Castaway, minus it's got to be more Disney, and I'll echo that from Dave. Definitely has to be more Disney. Hopefully, Lighthouse Point will be the same. You just never know. Um, Georgetown and the Cayman Islands, I've only been off once, and we did swimming and feeding the dolphins, so that was actually really cool. But if you wanted that 4x6 picture, it's going to cost you $35 per picture that you want. So, and they only take cash, so you got to be mindful of that. 30 years ago, but Triton, I thought you were only like 25. Um, I wasn't a huge fan of Tortola, to be honest with you. Um, we got off at St. Thomas, but again, our excursions got canceled, so it was okay. It was nice just to get off and wander around. Um, my least favorite is Nassau. I will have to say that. Not a fan at all. Hopefully next time we actually, maybe do an excursion, maybe go to Atlantis. That would be a lot of fun to do. Do. Beach Boys song out of your head. No, Aruba's not in with the treasure yet. Not yet. Treasure's doing Cozumel, Mexico, Georgetown and the Cayman Islands, Falmouth, Jamaica, and Disney's Castaway in the Bahamas. And then when it does its Eastern Caribbean, it's doing Tortola, St. Thomas, and Castaway. I can definitely do that, Triton, for sure. I can definitely work on that. There's a lot of cruise information inside this beautiful brain of mine. So yeah, I can definitely put that together. Not a problem. Can you put it in 3D for me, Triton? Fifi, the Wi-Fi is expensive. I will tell you that right now. It's expensive on Disney for sure. Have I looked at the pricing on the other cruise lines? No. I haven't, because usually, and Dave can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they actually bundle it together with like the drink package and something else. So you come down to the final dollar value. But again, I'm pretty sure you can buy it separately on its own. I just don't know what the price is. So, but I know Disney is expensive though. I think for 4 nights, I think 4 nights for two devices, it's over $200. I think it's 200 and something. But again, though, that's if you go with the highest level. They just had to have like a standard internet package, which I think is like $12 a day or something like that. So not overly expensive that way there. But again, if you get it for the whole cruise, then it drops the price down a bit. Um, and I know they have the basic one, which is like which is like the one in the middle. So yeah, it definitely definitely is expensive. So usually when I've gotten the Wi-Fi in the past, because typically you'll have Wi-Fi up to like uh, say like out of the port for example, you'll have it so far until you get out in the open waters and then it cuts out. Typically I don't get the Wi-Fi until the following day. Like I'll do it for like the sail away party type thing, whatever, and then I'll use data or whatever it is or the Wi-Fi that while we're still sitting there on the port, and then switch over after, and I'll switch over the next day. But no, it's definitely expensive. Uh, I do get fantastic deals, Jill. I definitely won't deny that at all. Um, the Disney Wish cruise for me, I will say, was practically $0 for me. I mean, I had to pay a little bit I had to pay a little bit into it, but other than that, not much. It was quite a good deal. So, no complaints that way. So, if you're on DCL and if you have an iPhone, You can iMessage each other for free, right? So you can definitely take advantage of that. Again, if you do have an iPhone, because Disney does have that partnership with Apple for that. You can always use their chat service through the app as well too. That is readily available. Again, there's certain information you have to punch in when you're in the app, and then you can put other stateroom numbers in there. If you've got friends or family that are going, communicate that way there. Again, what it is on the other cruise lines, I don't know. What we did on Disney was get the middle plan for one person. Mike, let me go on my computer to check emails. Yeah, you can do that as well too. It's just get it for one device. So I know when it comes to Patrick and I always get the plan for two devices, and then we go from there. So Patrick's always good for that. And then what he does is that we just split the cost down the middle. So he's got no problem chipping in for half of it. And then what he does is that he'll actually go down to guest services, and he'll scan his card and hand him over some cash or whatever it is, and done deal. That way it's off the books. You can definitely buy photo packages, Fifi. Those prices went up as well too. Um, I won't be getting it when I go on the Wish next year. No, maybe I will, because it's a Christmas cruise. It's a very maritime Christmas cruise, so I'll probably get it for that. Definitely getting it for the Treasure for sure. Um, and they always have pre-cruise pricing, so you're always best to get it before you go on board. And again, the pricing for that, you have to make sure you do it um, 72 hours before the cruise is the cutoff. So you have to make sure that you do it before then to take advantage of the reduced pricing, or you're paying the full pop. So I think it's $189, $199, I think, for the whole package. And then if you wait until you're on board, it's like $230, $240, something like that. And again, that's just recent with the prices going up. But all they do is just scan your card when you're at one of the photographers, snap your pictures, it gets uploaded, and then there is an area on board that's called shutters. You can go there, see your pictures. You can download them right to your phone from there. And if you want, you can also have a photo book done, which will also cost more money. So everything has a dollar value attached to it. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But definitely you can do it, no problem. So, what other questions you got there, Fifi? Fire them away. If you got anyone else has questions, drop them in, no problem. And Tron Christine, I'm definitely trying to get you to go on a cruise as well. Oh, by the way, this mug, I got FBE picked it up for me. Just saying. This has my vanilla biscotti coffee in it from Folgers, Keurig. It's beautiful. I would definitely do that if I had family with us. Mike and I do not need photos. And for sure, Jill, I think I do it because it's like, again, with the Christmas cruise, definitely looking forward to that. So again, special occasion. I've done the Halloween ones. I haven't done Christmas yet on the Wish. When I was on it last year, we missed it, so we were getting off on the ship on the Friday. They were setting up for the Christmas cruise for the weekend. So, but definitely doing the Christmas one on the Wish this time around, and definitely the Treasure. I will do it for sure, and that way Patrick and I can enjoy those memories. Tom, do you need a passport to cruise on Disney? Yes and no, or no and yes. So, Tom, cruising. So if you're cruising out of the U.S., out of a U.S. port of call, say you're just doing like a Western Caribbean, the Bahamas, whatever, you do not need one if you're a U.S. citizen. However, and I know that Jill's in here right now, so I know she'll jump in, and or if Dave's listening, and I think even Michael Walkbrick and so up here in Canada, I have to bring a passport, right? Because we're coming international. I have to show a passport at the cruise terminal to get on board. U.S. citizen, You need your original birth certificate and a photo government issued identification. So if you have a driver's license, no problem. If you have a passport, you can just use that. Um, but again, that's as you're going, when you upload your documents, when you're getting on, going through when you're in the terminal before you hit security, they will check to make sure you have that. So if you do have a passport, easy peasy, rock and roll that way there. Otherwise, original birth certificate and driver's license. So make sure you have that. If you're, say, cruising from a U.S. port and you're going down to, say, Europe, for example, you have to have a passport. I did find that out by talking to DCL. They did share that with me. Famous last words there, Christine. Tron Christine, I should say. Um, I use mine to drink out of, Jill. I have a couple other Disney mugs that are within arm's reach. So, um, so they'll have, so Fifi, again, it depends on the cruise line that you go on, right? So some cruise lines, and I'll tell you, like Royal Caribbean, they have ton of activities that kids can do. Um, they'll have the pools that they can go to, um, and yeah, I mean, for me to really tell you, like, there's always, like, on the Navigator app on the phone, we can access on your phone. All that information is all in there of activities that are going on. Um, again, my brother did it with my nieces. They have like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which does both the kiddos, male and female, whatnot, and um, they'll do the whole dress up type thing for makeup if need be, hair, costumes, the whole 9 yards. They'll have activities that are always going on typically in the Grand Hall. They could have them in different stations on the ship. So, um, but yeah, there's always lots of stuff that's always going on. They'll have like sports available. So depending on I'm not too sure how old Gunner is, but they'll have different things that are going on. I need a Grinch onesie so Bear Shark, yourself, and I can all match. Oh, sweet Jesus. So are you asking to do like a triple, like a... Oh, we have to get Sammy in one too then. Have the four of us be on a live stream together? That would be fantastic. Yeah. Oh, the photos are great because then you can what do you call it? Do slideshows or that sort of thing. Share the memories. Right? That's how I look at it. Enhanced ID as well too. Yes, that is correct. Triton, what has been the most exciting cruise you've been on? Triton, that's an easy one. The FPE one back in April. Even though we had our ups and downs with the cruise itself, with what had happened, I still had a blast. It was a lot of fun. We started getting into our rituals of what we were doing. The Lido deck, 11 o'clock, our same round table, and just sitting there and shooting the breeze. Sitting down at dinner and the meal, that was fantastic. Even when we got off in Nassau, that was a blast as well too, because we were with, I would say, family is what it is. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been on 2 cruises so far that have been, so one cruise was we had to go on the Wish last year. We went to the West Caribbean because of Hurricane Nicole. The waters were pretty rough. So if you don't have your sea legs, make sure you take the right stuff so you're good to go. And then back in 2017, leaving Port Canaveral, we had hit the tail end of Hurricane Philip. So the ship was actually hugging the coastline to make sure that we could stay out of it. We still pretty rough. You weren't allowed to go on your balcony if you had one, or veranda. You weren't allowed to go on the open decks. They had all that shut down until we got to a certain point where they had deemed it safe for us then to go out. So We did do the sail away party, obviously, in ports like they do on the cruise ships now. And yeah, so I think we weren't allowed out for about 6 to 8 hours. We weren't allowed to open up our verandas or balconies or anything like that. So or go on the open decks once we got out, getting down to where we're out of the port. They shut us down on that pretty quick. He's 5 or 6 depending when my cruise is. So again, Fifi, I'm gonna say it's gonna depend on the cruise line that you select. Um, I would definitely suggest is even looking at doing some homework. Look at the cruise ships. You can even ask Dave as well too. But look at the different cruise ships, the different cruise lines. They will tell you anything and everything that goes on those ships, and that way you have a better idea. So, but again, lots of options out there for sure. That's right, Jill. But I do remember though. I think we were what on the Lido deck until about maybe 1:30 in the morning, roughly. I think it was what Bella telling us it was time to go to bed. So no, they were a lot of fun. But right, yeah, so I'd say that one there. But I would say anytime that I go on a cruise, well, all the cruises I've been on so far with my son, they're always a blast. There's always those memories that are there for the excitement, as well as the ones I've done even with my brother and his family. They've always been a blast. So, but yeah, no, definitely the one back in April. That was a lot of fun and interesting at the same time. Yeah, that's right, Jill. Next time, I'm going to make sure I talk to the bartender to stay there later for us. And that way we can make sure we get some of those adult cocktails. So, and yeah, I still want to do a 2025 cruise if I can pull it off. So yeah, definitely start looking at some options there, Andy, for planning and all that stuff, and see what the bottom dollar value is. And but again, the sooner you book it, then it's always, you just toss money at it like every month or something like that, or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, and that way you just see that dollar value just go down and down and down of what's owed. So the most wildest thing I've done on a cruise. That is a great question. Um, I was close to making it happen, but I was close when I was on the Disney Fantasy back in 2015 with cruise director Ashley for getting on the bridge. I'm gonna try for the Wish next year. I'm gonna get on that bridge. I would also love to see backstage, like when they do the Broadway shows in the Walt Disney Theater. I'd love to see that. But no, actually, even Triton last November last year, there was a Facebook group that was created for those of us that were going on that cruise, and some of them actually happened to be some crazy Canadians, and they were actually getting married on the cruise ship. So we met them actually at Pop Century on the Disney Cruise Line bus service as we were going to the port, and yeah, they actually got married on the ship because we couldn't. They were supposed to get married at Castaway, couldn't do that because of Hurricane Nicole, and we ended up. And again, it was a shorter cruise, so we never. I mean, we just brought our shorts. So well, Patrick brought track pants. I don't know why, with it being that hot and being the Caribbean. Um, we ended up so they got married in the Grand Hall in the Disney Wish. We actually hopped over. They were actually yelling at us from as they were getting married. Said, "Jump the rope! Jump the rope! Come on and join us." So we jumped the rope, and yeah, the cast members, sorry, the crew members started to approach us, and then the bride said, "Nope, they're coming to sit down and enjoy it." And then we went to the reception afterwards and had some great cake and champagne and had a great time. So, no, that's been an absolute blast. I think one um, Patrick actually fell asleep on our veranda as well too, with a beer in his hand. So, but yeah, definitely crashing that. Definitely having fun with that wedding was a lot of fun. Joe, we took our bridge tours back, and yeah. So I'm really hoping. I mean, and with Disney, I really wish Commodore Tom hadn't retired because then I probably could have done it. With the new with the captains, I don't know, but I'll work my magic with the cruise directors and see what we can do to help out. Absolutely, Christine, that would be. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that was actually a great stateroom. The hot tub and the balcony. And you want to know what's funny is that the stateroom that I was in on the Disney Wish when at the FP meetup, room beside me had that set up. So when they weren't there, in theory, I could have like gone over the balcony and kind of gone over. That's who knows, but I was tempted to snag their mini fridge because it was full of the Mickey ice cream bars. So tempted, but did not. So no, definitely Christine. Yeah, that would be definitely wild for sure. Any other questions? Triton, have you ever dressed up on a cruise, and if so, so I've gotten dressed to impress for Captain's Night. Um, but as far as going above and beyond that, not so much. I know you can do like like they'll do like the Halloween crew, like the Halloween at the high seas. Typically when we went, my brother, my sister-in-law, and I, we would just chill and let the kids have fun at that age. They would go trick or treating, so they got dressed up in their costumes. So they would go, cause shenanigans, get all the candy that they possibly could, and they had 5 stations that were set up on the cruise ship, and they would just get loaded up with candy. But I haven't done any craziness when it comes to dressing up, but just dressing to impress. Suit and tie and dress pants. I intend to eat more of those Mickey ice cream bars. Absolutely, yeah, they're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, yeah, those Mickey bars, and I know people are asking them to have them for breakfast. When they're going to eat breakfast at even at Marceline Market or even on the other ships when it's going to Cabanas, is asking for those ice cream bars for breakfast. So if I had cruise, I'm going to be fancy every day. Like you talking like a sundress every day, or what do you got going on there, Fifi? Or dress to impress? What, suit and tie, no deal for you there, Triton? Yeah, yeah, that's right. You still have to wear a shirt when you're at dinner. You can't get away from that one. Although, Jill, I wonder if you get away with it if you actually painted a suit and tie on them. Michael, there are. So the Sunday is typically the Sunday when you're at sea the whole day. That's typically your captain's night, and that's like the dress to impress. And then the Thursday night when you're at sea again, that's your semi-formal night. So those would be the 2 nights so you can get all dressed and dressed if you want to. But Andy, though, you don't want to miss out on the food that they have in the restaurants, though. That's the thing. And Triton, you wouldn't want to miss out on the food in the restaurants. And you want to know what, Christine? If you want to bust out, your jeans, with your Vans or Converse, whatever, have at her. Whatever makes you comfortable. Triton wearing a shirt, then you're all good. So yeah, no, whatever. Again, if you don't want to get all dressed and dress, then it's fine. You don't have to. I love it, Fifi. No, actually, Jill, I actually wore dress pants. So for the captain's nights, I actually did wear black dress pants, the black dress shoes, the black dress, the black socks, a nice dress shirt, a tie, and a suit jacket. Yeah, but you still have to wear a shirt though, Triton. That's the deal. In your room, on the pool deck, whatever, shake and bake, whatever works for you. But meals, shirts on. Sorry, not sorry. So, no, but I do love my shorts though. Triton, no shirt equals no tan lines. Oh dear. Christine, stop giving Triton ideas. Oh boy, this could go so many different ways. I'm just waiting to see how Triton actually responds to that, Christine. I'm really curious. I'm not quite on the edge of my seat just yet, but I might have to see what that response is. Oh, Triton. Oh, I have no doubt in my mind there, Fifi. Yeah, I think Christine's being a big instigator right now. She's causing a whole lot of shenanigans right now. I can just see it now, Triton. Back in the day, I had a tux for formal nights. Yeah, Michael, there are a lot of people a lot of the guests that do wear tuxes on the ships. I might have stumped him. I'm no. Oh, Triton. Jill, I would have to agree 100%. Definitely would be an interesting group to go on a cruise with. I'm just hoping that we wouldn't get kicked off. That would be the thing. Definitely don't want to get kicked off of the cruise ship. So. And I can definitely tell Christine is being a big time instigator right now for Triton, so. Oh boy. So I'm hoping soon. Jen always teases me when she has. You want to know what? You got Fifi, you got to do whatever makes you feel comfortable, right? So just be you and enjoy it. But see, Jill, that's why there's got to be some adjoining rooms, especially if it's at the back of the ship or even on the sides. Is that what you can do? Is that make sure that door has already been unlocked between the rooms, on the verandas, because then you can go back and forth. So, Christine, what you're saying is that you're going to take us into the unknown. That's right, Triton. You got to be you. That's what makes you unique. I could just picture it now, and I'm going to play this. It's like, now hear this, now hear this. This stateroom from this stateroom are confined to their rooms. Please do not go anywhere near them. Security has been posted outside their doors. I could see it happening too. So, some fun cruise stuff. Hopefully, soon they're going to have some more information, updates on the Disney Adventure. I'd like to get my hands on that stuff so I can share it with everybody. And then I'm hoping that we can even get some more construction updates for the Disney Treasure. That's true, Christine. But the kicker is, I don't know if they'll be able to get past security or the DCL police service. So this could be very, very interesting. So we can bust out the conga for sure. But you do realize, though, Triton says, I will live stream it. That is a guarantee that I would do that. Now, here's a question, Triton. Are you going to be the leader of the conga line? Now, are you going to be dressed up in like in one of your Star Trek outfits? Yeah, that's right, Jill. There's definitely be a lot of adult beverages consumed for that conga line. That's for sure. So, but yeah, so hopefully we'll get some information soon for, like I said, for the Disney Adventure, as well as some more construction updates on the Disney Treasure. Hopefully that will come out sooner than later. But as soon as I get my hands on it, I'm going to share it as soon as possible. And some pictures, some videos, whatever I can get my hands on. Yeah, but Triton, we already know that we're not going to get Bear Shark back on DCL, so that might be difficult. So you and I might have to bust a move. So, Andy, the drinks only add more to it, and it makes it that much more fun. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. Having a blast. So, Jill might have to keep an eye on me on the Disney Treasure. There's a possibility of that one. So, well, as I've been doing the past couple streams, I do like to share my memories with you of the most recent adventure with some of the FPE family on the Disney Wish from April into May 1st of this year, as well as enjoying some fabulous time with my son. Do you all really want to see a Triton after a few drinks? Amen, Triton. Let's get her done, buddy. Do you want to see a JDA after having a few drinks in? That's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So, we'll see. So, what I'm going to do there, guys, I'm going to share, obviously, those fantastic memories, as I always do. Jill, why not Patrick? But have you... Well, see, Jill, here's the kicker. Is that Patrick can legally drink on the cruises as of... Well, down in the States as of June of next year. So, it'd be quite... So, in other words, Jill, what you're saying is that we're kind of SOL. So, we're just going to have to roll with it. Because Patrick's not going to, keep us in line. So, I guess we're all up, Shites Creek. So, I'm going to go with yes. It's fantastic. But yeah, guys, so I just want to say thank you for joining. Again, don't forget to check out partner channels, Dave, Jen, and Bella from Florida Park Explorers. Don't forget to check out Sam from the Sam Welby 12 Experience. Get out your sports, hockey, Leafs, Coyotes, Tampa Bay for Triton. You just never know. Florida Panthers. And obviously with Florida Park Explorers, with Disney merch, concierge pickups, theme park treats. Send those wish lists in. Oh, you're welcome, Andy. Thank you, mods. Thank you, crew, for coming in today. And as I always say, we'll see you, Lido. Rangers, no, don't go down that bear shark path. But as I always say, we'll see you, Lido, and enjoy my memories.